Hello, students. Here is your tutorial for Studio Recording 1, lab number 2. This is a lab where we import some audio into a Pro Tools session and actually do a mix and then do what's called a bounce so we can have a final product, a WAV file slash MP3. So we'll go over here to our Pro Tools menu. We'll create a new session. We will name it J's SR1 Lab 1. I'm not using any capital letters because I'm holding a microphone with one hand. So then I will put it in my here on the desktop. We have our drive for MAI Labs, and within that drive, I'll put it in my J's MAI Labs folder. So you will put this in your MAI Labs folder with all the rest of your labs. So I'll open that. Everything else is set to go here. We'll create the session. Oh, I named it wrong. That's Lab 2, SR1 Lab 2. So, mistake corrected, create. And now I need to import my audio. As you'll see on your lab sheet, it'll tell you to import some audio. So you'll go to your file menu. You go to import audio. So then I'll look on my desktop. Now your audio will be in the thumb drive that you guys got from class. But I'm gonna find my song that I want here. I'll scroll down to the bottom and hit Option. Oh, excuse me. I'll scroll to the bottom and hit Shift. And now I'll hit Copy. Now you see that add? Don't hit Add because then it won't put your audio files in your audio files folder. So always when you're using Pro Tools, go Copy, not Add. Open. And there we go. And now we'll make new tracks. And you can see that we have all these tracks. Now they're all highlighted. To de-highlight these, we'll use our select all, which is your option key. Now we can grab them individually. So there's our beat. And right by the beat, we'll look for our main vocal. Then maybe our double, organize our session, our ad-libs, echo, vocal, hook, and then our outro. Okay, so now that we've got all the stuff in here, we can actually play a little bit. So let's play a little audio, see what we got. Okay, everything's working. So now we actually have to mix the song. So typically with something like this, I might turn the beat down just a little bit to give us some headroom for the vocals. And of course, I'll want to put a high pass filter under EQ. Go to this plug-in under our inserts, and I'll high pass the vocal. Now I can use my option key and copy this to all my other tracks. And now, as you can see, I have a high pass filter on all my tracks. That only took me a few seconds. Next thing I want to do is compress all my tracks. So I'll go here under not EQ, but Dynamics. We'll go to the BF76. There's my default one for Pro Tools that comes with Pro Tools. Again, I will hold down the Option key and just drag and drop on each adjacent track. So now in relatively little time, I have basically got compressors and EQs on all my tracks and got the high pass. So let's listen a little and do some adjusting of the levels. Think still had walking smoother than a month.
See, I'm the candy, I rise like I'm the black phoenix. You got that look in your eyes, you can't believe you see it. Go ahead, witness now and testify later. You seen the black as oil, hot as the equator. My ringtone, that's what got your mind blown. Now talk about me when I'm gone. Yes, they call me Kanye. Call me Kanye. Smoothest thing you ever seen. No, I don't know how to.
Okay, so I have some basic plugins on here, and I've set a few levels. Of course, you might want to get in here and do more panning and things like that. You might want your hook panned around a little bit or something like that. But basically, you just go through here, and you might want to EQ the beat or put a compressor on the beat, but that's up to you. But you guys can get as involved with this if you want to. If you want to the outro or some of the ad libs, you could go in here and put an echo on them. One of my favorite little echo plugins is the tape echo. This echo is a little long. I might shorten it up a little bit. But now you'll see on some of these tracks I have an echo. Let's copy it to a few more. All right, check it out.
Pinks, you got that look in your eyes, you can't believe you see it. Go ahead, witness now and testify later. You seen the black as oil, hot as the equator. My ringtone, that's what got your mind blown. Now talk about me when I'm gone.
Now on those ad libs, you can actually hear a little bit of echo. So you can enjoy playing around with that a little bit. And the last thing I would do when I'm mixing something, as far as a quick mix, I would make a master fader. Oops, master fader. And I'll always put a limiter that will be under dynamics. So EQ is under EQ, dynamics are limiters and compressors. Here's the one that comes free with Pro Tools. I'll just drop my son down a couple of dB and then boost this to get a little more level.
You got that look in your eyes, you can't believe you see it. Go ahead, witness now and testify later. You seen the black as oil, hot as the equator. My ringtone.
Okay, let's just say we're done with our mixing, and now we can do our bounce. Our bounce is where I create our final product, which will be an MP3. Or, oh, let's do a fade out too. Let's do a fade out. The song just kind of stops abruptly. So we're just going to grab the whole thing like this. You slide it down, hit F, and now you have a fade out.
Come, yeah, black.
Okay, now your song won't stop abruptly. So now we just select back to the beginning of the song, like that. We go to bounce mix. We got our menu here. There's the name of the song, which that is the name of the song for practical purposes. You can decide what bit depth and sample rate you want your wave file at. And this automatically, when you click here, it goes into the bounce files folder for that session. So that's where you want to leave it. You want to leave it going there. That's where your bounce will end up. Now, when you do offline, it does a high-speed bounce. If you click that off, it'll play the song in real time, and you can quality control your song. But for this, we'll do it this way, just so it'll be quick. You don't have to sit and watch the whole song go by. So we do our bounce. All right, so we're finished. We mixed the song. We created our bounce. Close session. Save. Now we can go to where we put the bounce, which in our MAI Labs folder. So let me look in my folder. There's Lab 2. And we'll look in my bounce files folder. And there is the song. So now you can attach this to an email or whatnot and share the song, or you can just click on it right now and play it. So now we have mixed the song and created a bounce and made our own MP3. So that's basically the end of the lab. So there's your tutorial for Studio Recording 1, Lab 2. Good luck with your project.